everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another weather breakdown. Now we're just going to be doing another snow update today, as there's really not much to talk about at all in terms of the weather. We could have a big Thanksgiving storm come in, and if that does, that would definitely give me some content, but right now the certainty on it is very low, so I can't really talk about it just yet. So we're just going to take a look at the snow totals for the next 20 to 23 hours, okay, because we're actually going to see quite a substantial amount of snow. We do have winter storm warnings in effect for portions of the Northwest, specifically in Washington, okay? So if we go ahead and play this radar loop out into 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow, okay, compare that to whatever your local time is, this is how much snow we're going to be seeing on the ground, okay? We're going to start off with the Northwest, as that's the biggest snow event, but we do have several other areas that could see some light snow as well. So Northwest here, this is going to be a pretty major winter storm, okay? We're going to start off with Montana, where the northwestern portion of the state could get anywhere from a dusting of snow to upwards of an inch even in portions of the mountains. There's a 1-inch reading just southwest of Browning, so look out for that. And then we get on to Idaho here, where the northern portion of the state, the Big Bend and the Panhandle, could get a little bit of snow, anywhere from a dusting upwards of 1.5 to 2 inches. There in the isolated areas of the mountains, there's a 1-inch reading, okay? I'm sure that we could get some better ones if we were to really look for it, but just know that anywhere from 0 to 1.5 inches of snow possible in the mountains of Idaho. Then we have Oregon here, and extreme northeastern isolated portions of the state here could get upwards of 1/2 inch of snow in the mountains just south of the Enterprise, so do look out for that. But the main event here is going to be in Washington, and I guess technically you could get a dusting of snow east of Portland here as well in Oregon, but Washington is the main event, as the northwestern portion of the state is going to see a lot of snow spilling in from Canada, okay? And you gotta keep in mind, this is not all the snow you're gonna see. This just goes to 10 a.m. tomorrow. We could see even more than this, so keep that in mind. But as of 10 a.m. tomorrow, we are likely to see certain areas in the mountains with over 10 inches of snow on the ground. There's a 10.1-inch reading southwest of Mount Spickard, okay? We've got a 9.3-inch reading west of Good Mountain, okay? We've got several readings here that are indicating almost a foot of snow in northwestern portions of Washington that you're definitely going to have to watch out for, as it could also bring some ice accumulation, okay? Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the ice accumulation map, because I believe we can do that. Yep, ice forecast, okay? Let's play this out to 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow, and it's not loading. Well, that's great. Okay, well, maybe if it would load, then that would be a lot better, but I'm guessing a few hundredths of an inch of ice possible in portions of northwestern Washington, so do look out for that. And then we'll go ahead and turn back on the snowfall forecast, since the ice forecast either isn't showing any for some reason or it's just not working. Okay, so do look out for that. Gusty winds will be possible, and whiteout conditions will be likely with this in certain areas, so it's definitely not a storm that you're going to want to mess around with here in Washington. The rest of Washington state, the southeastern portion of the state might not see anything. Once you get up to like Spokane, you could get a dusting. You get down into the southwest corner of the state, probably nothing, but then like south central, you could get 2 inches or more. There's a 2.2-inch reading northeast of Ashford. And then in west of Olympia here, we have some dustings of snow as well in this area. But then again, we do have readings that like end up at like 6.8 inches here in the mountains. So I don't know. We could see a decent snow event over here in this area too. But the main thing we're watching is up here in northwestern and north central Washington in the mountains, obviously. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to another one of the snow events that is going to be playing out until 10 a.m. Central Time at least. And then one of them is going to be down here in actually the southwest, okay? The New Mexico here, south central New Mexico, all the way up to Albuquerque. Could see anywhere from a dusting upwards of 1/2 inch of snow. There's a 0.6-inch reading, so maybe upwards of 3/4 of an inch of snow, okay? So a decent amount of snow will be possible in this area. And then you get into even like West Texas here, and you're also getting dusting readings, okay? Like in the Del City area, so do look out for that. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the upper Midwest here. Northeast Minnesota could get a dusting of snow upwards of an inch possibly if you're right along the coast there of the lake, so do look out for that. And then we got Wisconsin, where the northwestern portion of the state could get a dusting of snow upwards of 1/2 inch on the Wisconsin UP border, okay, around the Hurley area, so look out for that. Montreal as well. There is a 2.5-inch reading here just off the coast of Wisconsin, so do look out for that, I guess, in like northwestern Wisconsin. And then we got the UP of Michigan, which pretty much the entirety of the Upper Peninsula is going to see at least a dusting of snow, unless you're in the eastern portion of it, extreme eastern portions of it even. But if you're in this, you're likely going to see about an inch of snow, possibly more. There is a 1.5 inch reading here just southwest of Ontonagon. Man, I can't speak. Okay, so do look out for that, and then there's several just kind of scattered 1 inch readings, so definitely look out for that. Some areas could see more. And then we've got the northeast snow event finally. Okay, we are now seeing some snow dip into Pennsylvania here, the northwestern portion of the state. Very isolated areas to be fair, but still the northwestern portion of the state could see upwards of an inch of snow if you're in this light blue color around Bear Lake, Warren, Clarendon, Wetmore, Mount Jewett, so look out for that. And then you get into New York, where the southwestern portion of the state could get over an inch of snow. Okay, we got a 1.2 inch reading, 1.6 inches, 1.4, 1.2, 1.2. So easily an inch and a half of snow will be possible somewhere in this area, possibly more than that. So we're going to be watching for that as time goes on. Northern New York State could also get about half an inch of snow here, so look out for that. Around the Harrietstown area, there is a 0.7 inch reading, so look out for that. It could get slightly heavier than half an inch. So then Vermont here, the northern portion of the state, could get half an inch or more. There's several 0.6 readings in this mix. There is a 0.9 northwest of Stowe, and then there's several 1.1 inch readings here in extreme northern Vermont here, like around the Westfield area, the Glover area, so look out for that. Newport as well. And then you get into New Hampshire, very similar situation to Vermont, northern half of the state, anywhere from half an inch to an inch of snow, possibly more than that in isolated areas of the mountains. And then you get into Maine here, where the northern portion of the state could also get a dusting upwards of half an inch. I can't speak, upwards of an inch. You kind of get the drill at this point. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Again, the main area that we're watching that winter storm warnings are in effect is here in Washington. In fact, let's go ahead and pull up the watch warning and advisory display here, okay? We have winter storm warnings in effect in the pink here, so definitely look out for that, okay? There's not too many of them, but you can see there in the pink where my mouse is hovering around that we do have some in effect for upwards of a foot of snow in some areas, so look out for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.